Sadhguru Nath Maharaj Ki Jai, and welcome to Jagadambe Reads the Holy Books of India, Bhaktavijaya188. As you may remember, Krishna went to sleep in Jani's hut. She woke him up and said, "Oh, Krishna, you have to get up and go now. The people are coming to the temple, and they won't see you if you don't go there." Krishna uses Janabai's blanket. In his hasty departure, the life of the world had not thought of what he was doing. He forgot his own costly woolen garment and clothed himself in Jani's blanket. The brilliant cluster of 9 jewels, which was fastened to a string of pearls, the Lord of the world also forgot and hastened to the temple. As the door was opened, his bhaktas came to see and worship him, bringing the materials for worship. There they saw the life of the world standing on the brick, clothed in Jani's blanket. All who saw him thus were astonished. They said, "He who is dark blue complexioned, like the leaves of the tamal tree, has done a very strange thing. Whose blanket could he have brought? We have no idea whatever." Another one remarked, "He's a great mimic. He is very proud of his bhaktas. He rebukes those who trust only to deeds and sets them on the way to acquire self-knowledge." So one said to him, "O life of the world, ornament of thy bhaktas, husband of Rukmini, dweller upon the sea of milk, recliner upon Shesha, this blanket is not becoming to thee." Jani suspected of theft. Another remarked, reasoning over the thing, "I think Jani, the maid of Nama, is a very clever girl. She must have deceived the holder of the disc, Krishna, and confused his mind." Still another exclaimed, "Just as the crippled servant girl Kubja is described in the Sri Bhagavat, so are Jani's deeds. You should all know this." Yet another remarked, "Go and tell Nama he will restrain his servant girl. She has confused the mind of the holder of the Sharanga bow and deceived him." Thus, in different ways, all the people reasoned in their minds. The priest went near to the image and, taking the blanket off, began to examine. They saw that the cluster of the jewels and the pearl necklace were not to be seen upon his lotus chest. They remarked, "The generous Vanamali has given them away to someone." Some made humorous remarks that Jani had done a very clever thing in offering the blanket to the god and keeping the cluster of jewels and the garland. It is as if one offered God some milk and, asking his favor, brought home butter, or as if one offered God water from an earthen jar and brought back nectar home, or as if one gave crystals to the jeweler and had them exchanged for diamonds, or as if one offered to the husband of Rukmini a black garment and then took to their home his yellow robe, or as if one should offer fruit to Maruti to please him and take from him nectar fruit. So at this time, offering her black blanket, she pleased Vanamali and has taken for herself the cluster of jewels on the pearl garland, to which the 9 forms of jewels are joined. The priest then exclaimed, "What shall we do? There is no one we can blame. All the doors being locked, how did the Lord of Pandari go away from here? We do not understand." Another remarked, "Let us go at once to the house of Nama and call the servant girl Jani and ask her in regard to this." Jani threatened. With this thought in their minds, they hastened to Nama's house and said to Jani, "The Lord of Rukmini has taken to being with you. We do not understand how you have confused him thus. He takes no pleasure in our worship and offering. You have been guilty of some trick or other and have deceived the life of the world." Sadhgurunath Maharaj Ki Jai. Thank you for coming. I hope you come again.